And there's no morals. Don't let people tell you that God exists. That's crazy. You're hateful if you try to follow God's law. We'll even yell at you in churches if you try to follow God's law, because it's all about whatever you want to do, people. Okay. And then that whole generation of people who've been wiped totally clean of the original programming from the Most High and his systems to keep us in balance, that's taken off the table, and we put them in public schools, man. What do they teach them in public schools? Horrific, terrible shit. And we give them, oh, here's your Jesus Day present for Molech Day. I mean, Christmas, because that's about the Lord. It's a game called Chainsaw Massacre 7 where hit the B button and the chainsaw this through innocent bystanders, or you hit the A button and then blood squirt out. Happy Molech Day, happy Christmas Day, son, because this is how our society is normal. And they think I'm weird. They think I'm weird because I don't get into that shit. Oh, Rex, you said shit on your show. Yeah, how about go yourself? How about that one? You said a naughty word. Yeah, you're the one handing chainsaw games to your grandkids for Jesus' birthday, which you're celebrating on Molech Day, and you kick the 10 Commandments out of your church and yell at me for you're trying to he's that guy that likes the Bible stuff. He doesn't think it's just a stage prop like we do. He's actually trying to, let's get rid of this guy. Rex is bad because he likes the Bible. Let's quote verses at him that say there is no Bible. Well, like this verse here, where Paul was specifically talking to a few guys with this malfunction, trying to get them to chill out. Let's quote that verse at Rex. Out of context, with no clue, don't speak the language, don't know what religion Paul even was. So you don't think there's wind-up toys when your churches are when grandma who goes to church takes her kids to the holiest day of the year and gives them Chainsaw Massacre Part 7, Grand Theft Chainsaw Massacre. Rex, you're crazy. I don't know why you're saying all this crazy shit. You're the guy that's doing it. I'm literally sitting here by some trees, man, drinking coffee. I'm sitting by trees, drinking coffee. You know what I'm going to do today? We'll probably upload this video, but I plan on maybe raking some shit. I plan on maybe working on that chain link over there, fixing that. Maybe I'm gonna, do some pruning. What a radical! You're not sitting here with us, Rex. You're talking about how you think that the evil people are the products of an evil system that we happen to participate in. How dare you say our system is evil enough to produce these byproducts called and then you have a couple ones with really weak minds, which are easy to identify because they always accessorize themselves to the max. I need more attention. So they do all this stuff to themselves, which makes them pop out like whatever paint job or whatever color. I don't know what the hell they do nowadays. Stick your face into a tackle box, just pay attention to me. Wow, you got one of those diamond lures hanging here that, you catch northern pike with. You got the Mr. Twister, little twisty rubber guy hanging off this eyeball over here. Rex, you're making fun of people who poke themselves in the face. Yeah, freedom of speech. Just calm down. I get to say whatever I want. I'm fat and hairy, so make fun of me for that. You can say that. But if some kid sticks their face in a tackle box after going through the system that I just described, after being done with school, where they tell you God's commandments are dumb, and then they go to church and they're like, don't you bring the law into here. That's one of those law guys. He thinks that God's law is still valid. We've been freed from the law, Rex. Oh, good. Let me just pull out my 38. Give me your wallet immediately. The law's done away with. I'm going to memorize that when I go on a what the hell? Well, not that law. Oh, thou shalt not mug. Okay. Well, which laws are still good then? Well, standing on shaky ground when you start tearing the foundation out and burn the foundation. You know what I mean? You think there could be wind-up toys in that system? Yeah, all of them are primed. All of them already have the drone programming. They're all the All the kids nowadays that go through the system and go through all that shit I just said, including Grandma's Chainsaw Massacre Part 7 game. Oh, I heard the kids like this. Grandma, wake up. Oh, you're telling me that the stuff I could buy at the store would be bad? Yeah. You know, in the Old West, they sold opium. That was bad. It was at a store. Now they sell Chainsaw Massacre 7. So, yeah, there's bad shit at the store. Did you know that could happen? Holy smokes, people. Yeah, but like, yeah, you've been a product of the system too, Grandma. Sorry. Just because you're 80 doesn't mean you have morals and shit. Well, you know, and you act reasonable. I tuck in my shirt, and I'm on the church team of church guys that does church stuff. And I act calm when I drag my kids to Moloch Day and gave them Chainsaw Massacre 7. This is like Silence of the Lambs type shit. And I'm weird for wanting to prune my bushes later today. Okay, man. I mean, like, I might go try to fix my car over there. Like, Rex is just out of control, you know, sitting there actually talking the truth. So everyone's programmed to, I mean, all the morality's been erased. The other morality, which is self-centeredness. You are your own God. You're somebody special. It's all about me and how I feel. Reality has to bend to my wishes and my feelings. Facts are gone. Feelings are king. If I feel like I am, then everyone else has to call me whatever I think I am. I'm a TiborasaurusRex, guys. You have to call me Rex. A TiborasaurusRex, right? I mean, at least I resemble that theropod with extremely small arms and a giant, huge, powerful tail and shit like that, you know? Big tail in the back. Counterbalance in the front, you know what I mean? Like, calm down. That's my scariest joke for the day, okay? Yeah. So they're programmed like this. You don't think that, like, someone could get a hold of one of them, one of the weaker ones that is self-identified and online talking about it? Okay, this is one, mathematically. Just wind them up and point them in that direction. Go get those people. And off and they go. And you have to do probably 100 of those for every one that actually gets the results they're looking for. And when they get the results they're looking for, they created the programming. They wound them up. They pointed them in the right direction. And then they told them to go. And then when they finally did it, oh my gosh, look at what these inanimate freedom objects that people who read the Bible like are doing to us. We need to ban them all. We need to take all your mechanisms to defend yourselves from us away. We need to take your last thing to defend yourselves from us away because we have such good plans. This works so good already. That's pretty cute, isn't it, guys? Yeah. So how about this one? How about this idea? What can you do about it? You don't think they're going to pass that damn thing? I think they're going to. I think a lot of. I'm just waiting. I'm just waiting to hear the news, the latest news of the most horrific shit this guy. I'm telling you. It's kind of a warning. Just saying, if you got people you love in that system, I would maybe like draw them closer to you, get them out of there. All kinds of bad shit happens, even if even if a wind-up toy doesn't get them, so they can further accelerate it off the cliff. They're still participating in the system that made the wind-up toys. That should be a clue. Pull them out of there, man. It ain't worth it. Well, I can't afford it. Well, quit buying shit you can't afford. Sell the shit you can't afford. I have car payments. Well, sell your car. Yeah, but like I need it to like act cool. Okay, then do that. Unfortunately, a lot of people treat their children like lawn ornaments. Look, happy family, people. I even have the stickers on my car. Okay. I can't make decisions for anybody else on what they want to do. I'm just, if this message is resonating with you and you're like, oh man, this guy's kind of right. I'm here to encourage you. Do whatever it takes. Sell your damn house. Move somewhere cheaper. I did, right? Move somewhere cheaper. Get away from that stuff. Raise them in a way that is normal, at least by your book, which I guarantee is going to be better than theirs. Even your normal middle of the road heathen nowadays is going to raise their kids 10 times better than what the system is trying to get them to do, if you haven't been paying attention. That's the system that created the wind-up toys that have been dispersed to destroy itself, to blame someone else so they can further accelerate it. It's an on-purpose short-circuit feedback loop. Why would anyone do that? Because they don't like you, man. Because that's so hard to believe. I can't deal with it. Happy family, they don't like me. How dare you, Rex? No, they actually don't like you. I don't know if you ever realized that deal before. They don't like me either, do they? So, pull them out of there. So what can you do about the semi-automatic? Why am I spacing the words out? Because the computers don't allow free speech. The semi-automatic weapons ban. What can you do about it? Well, the politicians, man, like, oh, we need to talk to our politicians. I've been doing that for 20-some plus years. They don't give a shit. They just keep going in the same direction. They're going along with the tide, man. They'll talk good. They won't do that shit. The Trump did the same. I mean, he talked good. He didn't do the shit he said he was going to do. A lot of it, right? He's the guy that pushed it down this latest cliff last 3 years, right? Set us up for this whole swing of the pendulum. I don't worship politicians. I don't trust them. So what can you do? If they're going to ban an object that you need, then grab your object now. But don't sit on it while it's still legal to move and travel with those things. Go learn how to be dangerous in a good kind of way. In the same kind of way, all our heroes that hold the thin blue line, right? And when I say thin blue line, I'm talking about the original meaning of that deal. What is the thin blue line, guys? I explained it on one of my very first Patreon posts, where that comes from. That's not a cop thing. They picked it up later. That's ancient. Really ancient, like over 3,000 years old. I'm talking about the real thin blue line, separating order, from chaos. Be dangerous in a good kind of way to hold the thin blue line. Because if those guys can't do it, first of all, do I even have to say the name of the town in Texas to get the point across? This is Texas. Automatically tougher in Texas, Rex. Yeah, okay. Are you sure about that? Some places, it's individual. And it's the nature of the politics, it's the culture, the whole police force, man. These people aren't going to say, well, the cops are there, Rex. They'll save us. No, they freaking ain't going to save you, man. When have they saved anybody from any of those deals? Unless they were standing right there as it happened. I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying they're not omnipresent. And if they are omnipresent, a lot of them have to call their boss first, who's usually a and is scared of well, let's talk the wind-up toy, and gee, mister, would you please just come out there and surrender yourself to go to the psycho prison for, infinity years? These guys ain't here to save you, man. They're not going to save you. The best they can do is maybe do the paperwork of the shit that happened afterwards. So who's going to hold the thin blue line? Because there's not enough of them, and they're not everywhere. And do they have the same values as you? Some of them might. A lot of them apparently don't. That wasn't their kids in there. If it was, they probably wouldn't. The ones who did have their family in there wanted to go in more, right? That's why the founding fathers made it the way it is. And just buying your little toy, right? Because you think of the toy, you buy this tool, and you put it on your shelf and look at it. and you take a picture and put it on your Facebook, and you don't ever learn how to use it, man. You have to learn how to use it, right? You don't just buy a chainsaw. Oh, I'm a lumberjack. Have you ever cut down a tree with your chainsaw? Do you have bar oil? What's bar oil? I don't know. Did you sharpen the blade? Like, did you tension the chain properly or whatever? I'm not a chainsaw guy. I used to cut trees, but like, you don't just buy a chainsaw and like, oh yeah, I'm a lumberjack. I can just cut all the trees down. You don't just buy one of those cylinder compression tools. Oh, I'm an ASE certified mechanic because this is the tool they use. And then just set that in your garage and look at it like, if my car ever needs a rebuild and I need to pull the pistons out, I can get those, rings on there or whatever properly. Just because you watched 1,000 Arnold Schwarzenegger movies like we all did and played Contra on the Nintendo and jumped with the spread gun and killed the aliens does not mean you're dangerous with your tools yet, in a good kind of way. Go figure that out. And I tell you this as a guy who's not even giving any training this year. I don't have anything scheduled. Why? A number of reasons. We'll talk about that on Patreon. Hey, there's a question for you guys. Why is Rex not doing the rifle training stuff that much anymore? We just did a few classes in June. Saw and I did. And we both are not doing any more this year, really. I mean, he's doing some very small scale stuff. I might do some of that invite only type stuff. There's a reason why I'm not doing it. I'm not going to talk about that here. If you guys like this stuff, you want to talk more about it, I'm going to continue the rant over on Patreon. That is also what keeps the YouTube going. So thanks to all the patrons. Thanks to the YouTube guys. If you like this and you can't afford the Patreon because it's like a cup of coffee, right? Or whatever, it's too expensive. Just leave a nice comment below or whatever. Say thanks, Rex, or share the video, stuff like that. That helps too, right? You don't have to go over there. But if you want a lot more information, we talk a lot more about that. We're still getting through our Real Dope series and a lot of the other stuff. I am moving Sniper 101 over there. So once that's all the way over there, I'll explain why at some point. When you get older, you get a little wiser of how the world works and how humans operate with all the different dynamics. But I think I'm going to pull that off of YouTube, put it over there. And so if you appreciated that, you liked it back in the old days, or if you don't know what that is, you want to check it out, watch the 101 series, Sniper 101. Pretty good stuff. That was a lot of 101 videos, very comprehensive. Scientifically, how to set up your systems, how to get everything calibrated and tuned properly is the mechanics and the science of the craft, which the mechanics, the science, and the systems are the 101. That's the science you learn first, and then you learn how to apply that later, which is how to actually employ that stuff. That's way later on, okay? Yeah, good stuff there. Check it out. Lots more over on I'll leave a link below. I know it's hard to find some of that stuff sometimes. I'll just leave a link. You just go straight to it, and you can check it out, man. We love having you guys. We have a lot more discussions over there. And don't put your faith in the system to heal itself, which is your problem. The system has failed, man. It's failed your kids. Ask them what the Bill of Rights is. If they can't explain to you what the Bill of Rights is, and they're in high school, or some kind of government shit. If they can't explain it to you, they don't have to memorize all of them. Just explain what the point of it is, what it is. The system has failed. What they can tell you all about the 800 different subcategories of different mental twisted perversions out there, can't they? And which one they think. What's your favorite perversion that you think you are? Well, make sure your mommy and daddy doesn't know, and we'll send them to the school doctor, and they'll steal them from you and give you drugs, inject your frickin', with this stuff that turns you like, Rex, when's the end of the world coming? For your soul? It's already here. If your kids are in the system, it's already here, man. They're being thrown into the grinder, and you're just standing there watching, like chewing the cud with no frickin' clue, because we're all frogs boiling in a pot of water. So hopefully that was good for you. If you want the unedited version of this video, because there's probably going to be edits on the YouTube version, it just has to be the way it is, because there's no free speech on YouTube, man. I'm going to put that over on Patreon, the unedited version of this video, the unabridged, actual what I said version will be on Patreon, along with a lot of others we've done over the years where I had to edit the damn video because of the way they are. And you also support all the YouTube operation we've done and everything else. So thanks a bunch, guys, and you all have a wonderful day. This one's mine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.